Okay, welcome to week number 6. We are nearing the end of the journey, only a couple weeks left of Millionaire School. And this is one of the most important weeks because what I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through a lot of the mechanics of getting a new member started, but I'm also going to go through kind of the psychology of getting a new member started. But before I go into all of that, what I really want to cover with you is the numbers. And what I believe is that it is a big numbers game. You've got to know that you have to go through enough numbers in order to make it work. Now, all of the stuff that I've given you throughout Millionaire School and the end of Millionaire School are things that are going to improve your numbers. But one of the things that's true, no matter how good you are, no matter how much you follow this, you have to follow the numbers. And so you got to obviously know the numbers, and knowing the numbers is one of the reasons why I feel totally confident. It's why I know that you could drop me in any city in the world where my network marketing company can do business, take away all my contacts, take away everything, and give me nothing but this knowledge. And I know that within a year, I'm earning a 6-figure income. And part of the reason why I know that is I can take all the skills that I've got, and if I go through the numbers, if I do enough numbers, like I'm about to give you, then it's just going to work out. And so keep in your mind that it is a numbers game. No matter how good you get, bottom line is you got to go take the action. And so how are the numbers? One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they enroll a handful of people in their business, maybe 4, 5, 6 people, something like that. And they expect those 4, 5, 6 for the comp plan. And unfortunately, based on my experience and based on 20 years of knowing, a lot of top income earners in network marketing, I've never met anyone who's enrolled a small number of people and has become a millionaire through doing that. You've got to go through a lot of numbers. And so my numbers have gotten a lot better over the years because my skill has improved. Whereas I used to, here's what kind of happened. My journey in network marketing, it took me a long time just to figure out how to enroll people because I was a lousy communicator. I was afraid of people. I wouldn't make the calls and so on and so forth. And so I was a really lousy recruiter. My first 2 years in network marketing, I sponsored 3 people, 2 of which I paid for to get in, 1 of which I never even told her she was in. I enrolled my mom and I never even told her I enrolled her. So that's how bad of a recruiter I was. The one person that I did enroll was a waiter friend of mine. He had been drinking before the presentation. He signed up. I never heard from him again. So at the end of 2 years, I had 1 person in my group and it was me. Now, what ended up happening is I really worked on my communication skills. I worked on, being more charismatic. I worked on, having some energy and being able to close and all that. And I got to the point where I could actually enroll people. And I actually got really good at enrolling people, but I wasn't good at getting new people started. I wasn't good at the duplication process. And so, in the breakthrough for me really happened when it was the combination of being able to be a great closer, to be a great recruiter, but also be able to facilitate the duplication in my team. And here's what over the last 15 plus years that I've been a 6-figure earner in network marketing, it's funny, I expect my numbers to get better. I expect my ratios to get better. Now, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, following the duplication process and getting a new member started, here are how the numbers work out for me. And it's how they work out for virtually everyone. Now, my numbers may be a little bit better than this, but by and large, this is what I have typically seen. Out of every 10 people that you enroll, you're not going to get 10 people who go out and duplicate. You're going to get a handful, maybe 3, 4, or 5 who disappear. So if we're doing an average, out of every 10 you enroll, you get about 4 who disappear. They go away. It's like you enroll them, they're excited, and then you never hear from them again. They don't take your calls. And you can spend years and years and years trying to figure out why they don't do anything, but it's just people are people. It's the nature. Someone may have stolen their dream. Someone may have told them, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got in one of those deals and someone stole their dream. Maybe it was their wife or their husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or aunt or uncle. And someone basically said, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh my God, someone laughed at them. They got their feelings hurt, whatever, they go away. Don't try and, figure out that too much. Jim Rohn, there's a great CD you should listen to. It's called Building Your Network Marketing Business. And he recorded many, many years ago. And what he talks about is sometimes when you plant seeds, it's a farming analogy. If you plant seeds, sometimes the seeds land on rocky ground. So sometimes you plant seeds, they land on rocky ground. Now, sometimes the seed actually grows and it bears fruit. Now, other times you plant the seed and it's like, man, I know it's in fertile ground, but the birds get them. And so you could just say, when people don't call you back, the birds got them. So that's something that I keep in mind when I enroll someone and I never hear from them again. They don't return calls. I just think, you know what? The birds got them. That's it. So that is what I would call the chickens. And there's two types of people. There's chickens and there's eagles. And what our job is as professional networkers is to sort through the chickens to find the eagles. Now, there's two sorting processes. The first sorting process is in the recruiting phase. So you sort through the people who are chickens. They're not willing to join the business. They, are not willing to get out of their comfort zone, even enough to enroll. And so you have to sort through those in order to find the eagles to enroll, the people to enroll. And then also there's a sorting process of the people you enroll. It's the same. So you're going to have to sort through the chickens to find the eagles. Now, let's say there's 4, I said they disappear. Now there's going to be about another 4 who, what I would call, they show up. Now it might be 3, it might be 5, the numbers will vary a little bit, but those are the people who, they'll stay in contact. They might come to a training. They might enroll someone. They might not enroll someone. They're not really overly serious about it, or at least they don't stay overly serious about it for very long. And so 4 who disappear, 4 who show up. Now those are either chickens or they might be eagles in training. It might be people who, I've had examples where people have kind of hung around for 2, 3, 4 years. And then they, something changes. They grow as a person and then they start producing. So you're going to have some people like that. Now, I always look at this, it's a long-term game. And so if I've got people who I've enrolled and maybe they're not producing at a really high level, maybe they're just showing up, what I've seen a lot of people over the years do is they browbeat the person. It's like, why do you keep paying your monthly fees? Why do you keep getting the product? Why do you keep coming to trainings? You're not doing anything. Why do you show up to meetings? You never have a guest. And you can yell at your people like that. You can be hard on them like that. But chances are that's just going to make them go away. See, I love loyal product users. And so I never push people that don't want to be pushed. And there's an old saying, and it's from a famous football coach. And they asked him, they said, well, you seem to be able to always get the best out of your players. How do you do it? And it was actually Vince Lombardi. And he said, well, you got to learn you got to know who to pat on the back and who to kick in the butt. And they said, well, how do you know who to pat and who to kick? He said, well, you kick the ones who needed to be patted and you pat the ones who needed to be kicked enough to know the difference. And so there are people that you're going to need to push, but those are your more aggressive personalities. Those are the people who, give you permission to push them. I've had a lot of people who have said, hey, I want you to be hard on me. And if they say hard on them, be hard on them, push them. That's what they need. But again, if they are a loyal product user, they're showing up, I'm going to let them. I had a guy come to me after training one time, and he said, man, I made a big mistake. I got so excited after one of the events and I was just wanting to go all in. I had enrolled 18 people and no one was doing anything. I went to all 18 that weren't doing anything. And I said, listen, you either need to get to work or quit. And he said, all but 2 quit. And the 2 who didn't quit, they didn't do anything. And so those are a lot of people that he could have just kept on. They could have nurtured. Might be eagles in training. So again, 4 who disappear, 4 who show up, and then that leaves 2. Now that's 2 who actually are serious. Those are 2 who build. Those are eagles. Now it might be 1, it might be 3. Personally, I've never really had it be more than 3. After 20 years doing as much right as I possibly can, have really worked on my skills, I know I'm never going to get more than about 2 or 3 out of every 10. It's just how the numbers have worked out. And if I've really spent a lot of time analyzing the other leaders in my organization. I've interviewed cross-line leaders. I've interviewed leaders from other network marketing companies, and that is just the reality. And so one of the things that I think our profession tends to do is overpromise and underdeliver. If you are ever presenting and you're showing a prospect, you enroll 2, who enrolled 2, who enrolled 2, who enrolled 2, if all you have to do is go get 2, you set up a false expectation, because if you enroll 2, chances are you get no duplication. You'd be lucky to get 1 of those 2 to actually duplicate. And so those are the eagles. Now, here's the key. You've got to decide that you're going to be an eagle, not a chicken. That's where it starts. And so that's obviously, I'm speaking to the choir. If you took the initiative to go through Millionaire School and you're at week 6 and you've been going through all of the exercises and listening to me and taking this in, chances are you are an eagle. Maybe you've been an eagle in training for a while, but now it's time to step up. Now it's time to make a decision that you're going to be an eagle. You're going to go out and you're going to go through the numbers. And here's the mistake that I made. Because I didn't understand these numbers, I'd enroll a handful of people. I'd have 4 or 5 people in my group, maybe 6 or something like that I'd enroll. And it's like, all right, let's go. I'm going to train you. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm always trying to motivate my people. I'm always trying to motivate the unmotivated. And it says, Jim Rohn said, it was like, I'm going to make them successful if it killed me. Well, I nearly died. So listen, it is a very frustrating effort to go and try and motivate the unmotivated. And so there's a rule in network marketing that says, if you want more milk, go get more cows. And not to relate people to cows, but you can't get more milk out of the same amount of cows. You got to go get more cows. And so what happened though with me, what I would do is I would constantly be calling all of the people who I'd already enrolled instead of calling new people. Now, why did I do that? Number one, it was easier. It's so much easier. It's in your comfort zone to call the people you've already enrolled versus enrolling more. And it's like, well, if I keep calling them, if I stay in contact and I build this amazing relationship, this amazing friendship, then maybe it'll do something. And listen, don't take this as you're not supposed to build relationships and not supposed to build friendships. You are, but I thought, man, if I really become friends with them and train them over and over, then, they'll do something. I'll get them motivated. I'll keep promoting trainings. Even though they don't come, I'll keep calling them. And what happens is I kept trying to make these chickens fly. It's like I, find my new person, John, man, there's a training on Tuesday. So-and-so is going to be speaking. There's a presentation and then training afterward. It's going to be awesome. Can you be there? And he'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. And then Tuesday night comes along and guess what? John's not there. And so I'm calling John going, hey man, where were you? What happened? Oh man, I was so tired after work, I couldn't make it. And it's like, oh, well, listen, I learned a lot of great information. Let's get together for lunch. I'll teach you what I know. And so I'd meet him and I'd go through the notes with him. I'd say, listen, there's a presentation and a training on Saturday. Can you be there? Yeah, man, I'll be there. Saturday comes along, guess what? He wasn't there. Why wasn't he there? Because chickens don't fly. As much as I wanted that chicken to fly, he just wouldn't fly. And the problem was I had 4, 5, 6 people that I was doing this with. And so what happens when you constantly try and chase chickens around and make them fly, what ends up happening is you end up with chicken shit all over you. So here's the lesson. Don't worry about the chickens. Let them keep being chickens. If you want to know the best way to motivate your people, the best way to motivate your team is for you to go out and personally produce. Because when you go out and personally produce, you show your team that it's possible. You give them belief because they see you doing it. And so that's a lot of the magic. If you want to know how to be a great motivator, learn how to be great at personal production, and that alone will motivate people. I remember a guy on my team one time who I was so busy. I enrolled 30 people in 1 month, and I'll talk about this story more later, but enrolled 30 people in 1 month. And I had a guy who, I remember he came up to me, and it was a personal of mine. I had spent very little time with him. I was like, here, you're in, call me every day. I'm here for you. I want to hear from you. But I'm busy. I'm working with people who are calling me. And anyway, so I hadn't spent much time with him. And he would come to meetings ever so often, and he stopped me. He said, I just want to let you know how much you motivate me. And at the time, I wasn't even speaking. I wasn't even a presenter. I was just inviting people to, following the system. I wasn't a speaker on stage. And I was kind of shocked, and I said, really, what makes you say that? And he said, well, just seeing how much you've been able to do personally, man, it really motivates me to go out and take action. And so that's when it really sunk in. If you want to motivate your team, you go produce.
Okay, beautiful. He said, if you want to motivate your team, you have to go out there and do what? Produce. Now, why did I play this video? I played this video because there's something I want to teach us today. There's something I really want to teach us today. So like the topic goes. So I promised us every week, once every week, I'll be having a super millionaire mind shift, something different from our millionaire school curriculum that is going to, that's for those of us that are ready to take the bull by the horn, for those of us that are ready to not just say this is what I want, but you're ready to do the work to give yourself that which you want. That's why we call it the millionaire mind shift. The millionaire school is there to mentor, coach us, reset our mindset. But the millionaire mind shift is for people that are ready to do what it takes, as in you're ready to do the work, you're ready to take action, irrespective of the challenges, because that's the only way you can prove to life that you truly deserve it. So once again, each and every one of us, you're all welcome to today's Super Millionaire Mind Sheet. It's going to be holding once every week. So now the topic is eagles versus chicken. So this training we just had, now let's narrow it down. Eagles versus chicken. So this training now, I want all of you, get your millionaire school notes and score yourself, draw a line. Get your millionaire school notes, write chicken, write eagle, draw a line and demarcate it. Let's do that now. Let's do that now. Open a fresh page on your millionaire school notes, write eagle versus chicken, draw a line, because right now we are going to score ourselves privately. Don't score yourself on the chart. Score yourself privately if you are an eagle or if you are a chicken in the things I'm about to say right now. So let's do that. Don't come to the chat box to tell us which of the points I'm illustrating, if you are an eagle or a chicken. I need you, remember, the only person, in fact, you can't lie to the world and lie to yourself. Just be sincere while I'm taking this course. If I say something and you know you're not performing well, go and write plus under the column of chicken. If I say something and you know you're doing it well, go under the section of ego and write plus. If I say something you're not doing it well, go as in, if I, like for example, if I say something as number one, you've discovered that you're a chicken in that area, go and put plus, or you put one on the chicken. If I say something and you're an ego in that area, go and put plus on the ego. At the end of today, all of us will assess ourselves and you tell me if you've been a chicken or if you've been an ego in our business. Is that okay? Is that okay? If you got what I said, go to the chat box and type 1. If you understood what I just said, kindly go to the chat box and type 1. If you understood what I just said, go to the chat box and type 1. Okay, beautiful. So I believe we've all drawn the column, eagles versus chicken. So I'm going to be listing out some things. Let's now checkmate ourselves. In our business, have you been an eagle all this while, or you've just been a chicken? Then you score yourself. Very, very important. Okay. Now, chicken versus eagle. Now, network marketing millionaires are those who have eagles in their team on different legs. Now, there's something, our second episode of 90 Days Game Plan, I'm going to be initiating it tomorrow. Sorry, our third episode. Now, the third episode of 90 Days Game Plan is going to be Operation 36 Codes. That is an initiation I'm going to start tomorrow for us. It's going to be Operation 36 Code. It's more, in fact, this year, 2022, is a must that you become a millionaire, whether you like it or not. As long as you're ready to be an eagle in our business, is a must for you to become a millionaire. So I've been able to sit down to analyze some things, and I drew a 1-year map. If you follow these blueprints for 1 year, starting this January to December, it's inevitable for you not to be a millionaire. I tried it with some persons last year, and it worked. So the question is this: network marketing millionaires are those who have eagles in their team on different legs. Now, the Operation 36 code I'm going to be introducing to us tomorrow is your ability as a leader to connect 5 persons. Connect 5 persons. Out of all those you're connecting, I'm not saying you connect limiting yourself to 5, but out of the people you're connecting, you choose 5 persons that are ready to work with you and you're ready to work with them, that you're going to work with them for each and every one of them to produce their own 36 code, as in their own 5 persons. Now, you and your team should be able to produce 36 code in a year. So it's about you working with your team members. So now the leaders here, the question is, are you an eagle? Do you have eagles in your team? Or are you a chicken? Because the truth is you cannot attract who you are not. You attract who you are. If everybody you have in your team are chickens, then trust me, you're a chicken. If you have eagles in your team, then you're an eagle. You cannot attract who you are not. You attract who you are. So network marketing millionaires are those who have eagles in their team on different legs, not just on one leg, different legs. Now, one of the roads to financial freedom in network marketing is your ability to identify, listen, identify, groom, and produce eagle. And trust me, you can't identify, groom, and produce eagle if you are not an eagle yourself. So it takes you to become an eagle first. Just like Matt Morris said just now, he said, grow your business by multiplication and not by addition. It's not about I bring 1 person, I bring 2 persons today. No, that's not the business. You're a chicken. Eagles know that this is a long-time goal. This is a lifetime business. It's a long-term goal. They are seeing their future in this business, and they are ready to keep recruiting, and not just to keep recruiting, to keep duplicating. Duplication is the key. I was with the Rising Star Mentors last week. We saw how Eric Warren gave us the 7, we're having a train on GoPro 2021. We saw how Eric Warren gave us the 7 keys, that you need, the 7 principles that you need to stand on in order for you to become a professional in our business. So he said, millionaires in our business are people that build their business by multiplication. And the only way you can build your business by multiplication is, number 1, you becoming an eagle. When you become an eagle, you attract eagles. I'm not saying it is going to be easy. It's not. Out of every 200 persons you connect, maybe you may end up having 2 or 3 eagles out of every 200 persons. And that is why you must keep recruiting. You must keep connecting through our 90 days game plan. So once you become an eagle by personal development, by acting on the things your leaders are asking you to do, following the system, growing in rank, and taking responsibility, in that way, you'll be able to identify eagles, you'll be able to groom eagles, and you'll be able to produce eagles. Now, the question is this: are you ready to become an eagle yourself? You must first become an eagle, because eagles are not attracted to chickens. Eagles are attracted to their fellow eagles. Every morning I keep praying, God, please bless me with success lines that will not give me headache. And there's a way you build your business that if you're trusting God in everything you do, if you put God first in everything you do, God have a way of saving you from prospects, from success lines that will not give you headache. Now, despite we have those that will give us headache, that doesn't mean that we'll not even see them at all. We'll see them, but in that phase is a way of you building and developing yourself on how to respond to human beings' attitude. Because our business is a business of human beings. And trust me, human beings, they're the most difficult animal to work with. So the question is this: are you an eagle? For you to be a millionaire in network marketing in our business, number 1, you must be an eagle. And for you to be an eagle, that is the only way you can attract eagle. That's the only way you can groom eagle. That is the only way you can produce eagle. Now, there are many chickens in the world, no doubt about that. In our business, there are many chickens. But at the same time, in our business, there are few eagles. The goal is to recruit as many people as possible. That's why Matt Morris said multiplication. You build your business by multiplication. It's not by addition. It's chickens that say, let me recruit 1 or 2 persons. Eagle recruit a lot because they know that it's in the midst of 100 people that they are able to identify the eagles that are like them. So the goal is to recruit as many people as possible so that you can get your own market share of the eagle and not just chicken. The more people you recruit, while you're recruiting and working with them, you'll be able to identify the eagle in them. You'll be able to get your own market share of the eagle and not just chickens. So for the eagles are limited. Guess what? Les Brown said, chicken flock together, but eagles don't. Birds flock together, but eagles don't. In the highest altitude, you see an eagle. And if you see any other bird there, it must be its follow eagle. 1, 2, 3. But in the sky, birds, they flock together. Chickens, they flock together. Duck, they flock together. But eagles don't flock. It takes time. It takes time to see them. It's difficult to see an eagle. And when you see an eagle in the sky, the only other bird you're going to see is its follow what? Eagle. And they don't flock together. So guess what? Eagles are what? They are limited. So now let's now do the analysis. Let's now have our analysis. Let's analyze yourself. Let's analyze ourselves. If you are a chicken, or if you're an eagle, or if you're an eagle in training. Yes, I know some of us, we are eagle in training. We are yet to become an eagle, meaning we're undergoing training to become an eagle. So let's analyze ourselves. If you are a chicken, or you're an eagle, or you're an eagle in training. So let's draw the column into 3. Either you're a chicken, or you're an eagle, or you're an eagle in training. So put 1 if you're an eagle in the area where I point out, and put 0 if you're a chicken in the area where I point out. So draw your column, chicken versus eagle. So whatever I say right now, if you know you're an eagle, you put 1 there. If you know you're a chicken, you put 0. So number 1, in our business, eagles don't quit. Eagles are long-term oriented. While chickens think of short time and they threaten you that they are going to quit. I've seen a lot of people, hey, I'm in my, some people meet me, Ambassador Augusta, right now I'm in my critical phase. I'm about to quit, so better do something. As in, they are blowing it like an announcement. Do something, I'm about to quit. Those are chickens. They threaten you as a leader that they're about to quit. And that's why you see many of us in our team, our success line, even ourselves as individuals, you've gone to threaten those that introduce you to the business. I'm going to quit, or I'm not seeing anything. You are a chicken. Yes, so I'm here to break a lot of tables right now. I don't care who you are. But just trust me, if you're ready for growth this year, 2022, there's something amazing about this year. The training Mr. Nonso just launched, maximum impact training Mr. Nonso just launched. There's something special I'll be giving to you guys within those 3 days. So let me just reserve what I want to say for that. But guys, guess what? Eagles, they don't quit. They are the people that join this business and they are ready to run this business for the long term. They are business minded, even through the millionaires, to they assimilate what is being taught. But you see, chickens, all they think of is a short time. The moment they connect to the business and they make their first contact or first 20 persons and they receive rejection, the next thing is what they give up. But eagles know that the moment they get started, even if they don't have their positive response, they keep doing what they are supposed to do. When I started this business, it took me, in fact, when I started producing results, it took me 3 months to start producing results. Did I give up within those 3 months? No, I was busy learning. So eagles don't quit. They believe in the long time. They have a long-term orientation. But eagles, they threaten to quit. They are ready to, chickens, sorry, they are ready to quit anytime, any day. So go and score yourself. Do you have the mentality of an eagle? If you're an eagle in what I just said now, write 1 in the area of eagle. But if you know that you're a chicken, be sincere to yourself. Nobody's saying you, don't lie to yourself. Go to your book and write 0. If you're here, your mentality in this business is a short term, and you're already telling yourself, are you sure I'll not quit? You're already doubting yourself in this business. You're a chicken. Yes, so if you're an eagle, go and put 1. If you're a chicken, go and put 0. Now, number 2, eagles take 100%. They take 100% responsibility for their business. Why chicken do the blame game? Now, eagles understand that their success in this business is in their hands. Why chicken? They are hoping to be successful. This is a business whereby your input equal to your output. Garbage in, garbage out. And when you're running things, when you're doing things and you make mistakes, you fail, you learn from it and move on. That's the mentality of eagles. When they plan for project 100 and the project 100 is successful, eagles rejoice. They take responsibility. When the project 100 is not successful, they still take responsibility. They ask themselves, what is it that I didn't do right? And they go ahead to do what? To correct it. They take 100% responsibility for their success and for their failure in the business. But you see, chickens, they always play the blame game. They always play the blame game. And once they start the blame game, they end up doing what? They end up quitting. Why didn't you organize your project 100? Why didn't you do your presentation? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you make your 20 phone calls? Why are you not carrying out your income generating activities? Chickens will always give you excuses. Excuses that can never that can never deposit money in the bank. If it's what's his name? One of my mentors, Dan Locke, he'll tell you, you can't make money and make excuses at the same time. You either make money or you make excuses. You just have to choose one. So eagles take the blame for their failure. They also take glory for their success. But you see, chickens, they take glory for their success and they pass the blame of failure to the next person, or to maybe their leaders, or to their upline. My upline, you didn't do this, you didn't do that for me. That's the reason I'm not succeeding. That's a lie. That's a chicken talking. So have you been a chicken in this area? Now, number 3, they said the eagle bird carefully make their nets with thorns to protect their newborn babies from attackers. Why baby chickens, they are easily attacked? What does it mean? Many of us that we are mentors in this business. In fact, in this area, I know that there was a place where I strayed away from this area, where I became a chicken in this area. Now, it's something that I used to do before, but last year, I don't know, at the middle of somewhere last year, I don't know why I stopped cultivating the culture. Now, what does it mean? The eagles, they carefully build their nets. If you can notice, birds, when they are building their nets on the trees, they use stones, they use all these sticks that are like, that have is it chuku or something around them. Why? Because they are protecting their newborn. But you see, a chicken, once a chicken lays egg, if he stand up to go and eat, anybody can go there and pick the egg. The children, the baby chickens are easily attacked. Why am I saying this? In our business, network marketing eagles protect their new success line from predictors. You don't connect someone to the business immediately and ask this person, oh yeah, start sharing information, or you start making phone calls, or you start doing this, start doing that, without mentoring and coaching the person. In fact, our income generating activity, I had to pull down the group. Yesterday, I had to pull down the group. I created a new group. Right now, this year, I want each and every one of us, more especially the leaders, the mentors, to be intentional, to be very intentional, working together with our success line. When you see that your new success line have joined the Millionaire School, that first contact of 50 names, yes, they'll write 300 contacts, but that first 50 name contact, you as a mentor, those of us that are mentors, you're supposed to be the one to carry out the phone call for them. While you're carrying it out, you're teaching them how to carry it out, so that the rejection rocket will be aimed at you and not at them. Now, while you're teaching them how to make the phone call, you make sure that they are undergoing their training by reading that book, My First Year in Network Marketing, chapter 1 to 5. So the moment they finish their first foundation class and they're inducted into the Millionaire School, immediately they are to read that book, chapter 1 to 5, because it's going to protect them from the rejection rocket. Now, while they are reading that book, chapter 1 to 5, building their mindset towards the rejection rocket, you as the mentor, you as the leader, you as the upline that brought them into the business, you're supposed to carry out at least the first set of phone calls, at least 50 phone calls on their behalf. While you're doing that, you teach them, you show them this is how it's being done. So that once they are done with that book, then they can now start making the phone calls by themselves. So this is a way of you protecting your new success line from what? Predictors. Don't just tell them, go and do this. Do it as a leader, John C. Maxwell say, do it and let them watch you. Don't tell them, go and do this. Do it and let them watch you do it. Then once you've seen that they've watched you doing it, the next thing is what? Do it with them. I was telling our star mentors something in our star meeting last week, that this week, this first month, the first quarter of this year, everything I'm doing, I'm going to be doing it with them. Easter period, I will allow them to do it, because last year I was doing everything and they were watching me. So that's what good leaders do. That's what eagles do. Network marketing eagles. They protect their new success line. Now, the second thing now is this. telling them not to convince. They not only protect their new success line from predictors, while they are mentoring and training them to ensure that they've read my first year network marketing chapter 1 to 5 to protect themselves from the rejection rockets. They also do what? They tell them not to convince anyone or explain anything to anyone. When your new success line joins the business, you go about telling them, oh yeah, call these people, connect them, start explaining to them about the business, start sharing information when they've not been trained. Is this what you do? You tell them, oh yeah, start planning for this, do that. You are not even doing it with them, or you're not even doing it for them. Do you tell them to start convincing and explaining? Why? You're exposing them to what? They are like newborn babies. You're not protecting them. You're exposing them to what? To attack. And that is why the moment they receive this attack, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they give up in the business. And you'll be wondering, why is it that all those I'm connecting to this business, they are not lasting long? Why? Because you are telling them to do what? To convince people. So network marketing eagles, they protect their new success line from predictors. They also tell their new success line not to convince or explain anything to anyone. They should be the one doing the explain and convincing to them. If someone asks you, what's this, what's that, I'm still undergoing my training, but you can speak with my upline leader. You can speak with my mentor. So network marketing eagles, they not only tell their new success line not to convince anyone or explain anything, they also do what? They equip their new success line. Network marketing eagles, they equip their new success line with what to say after their third-party contact, with what to say when they send a text message. And this is what I'm doing for you guys. For all the mentors in the house, the star mentors, influential mentors, global mentors, you need to equip them with the right tool. We have our tools, we have our materials, we have our videos, our scripts, what to say, we have everything. They equipped their what? Their new success line with everything, with the tools of what to do, how to do, and what to say. Now, network marketing eagles, they ensure that their new success line are undergoing the incubation program. Like I said, yesterday, I had to put down all the income generating activities group. This year, I want to be more intentional with our incubation process and making sure that our mentors are more intentional with what they are doing. So now, the moment your new success line connects to this business, is your duty as a mentor, the person that connected them, to make sure that they undergo the foundation training. They should go and undergo the foundation training in order for them to prepare for their induction. And once they prepare for induction, they will be added to the next phase of the next incubation class, that's incubation class 2. There are materials I've arranged for us. Instead of sending out cumbersome materials, at least 4 materials per income generating activity week. Ensuring that they read the book, My First Year in Network Marketing. Ensuring that they read at the right time. Ensuring that they read the book, Go Pro. Now, if you ensure that they undergo their incubation training, step by step, week 1, week 2, week 3, step by step, you see that you're going to protect them so much from the rejection jackets. Very, very important. You'll be protecting them from the rejection jackets. Now, if you're an eagle in this area, you go and write 1. If you're a chicken in this area, you go and write what? 0, because we'll be assessing ourselves at the end of today. Now, I didn't say you should write in the chat box, so write it in your book. Write it in your book. Now, number 4, chickens have excuses for everything. Why eagles don't give excuses? They always find a way at which something will work for them. Chickens always give excuses at everything. If they ask them, why didn't you make your 20 phone call? They'll give you an excuse. I'm always busy. The same 24 hours you have is what everybody have. And you keep claiming to be busy. You can't dedicate 30 minutes or 1 hour. You can't see in this business, whether you're doing this business long time or you're doing it short time, your ability to tell yourself, I'm dedicating just 2 hours out of your 24 hours. That's all you need for the part-timers, 2 hours out of your 24 hours. You can say 30, and if you focus, 100% focus. If you tell yourself, I'm going to focus to make the phone call, 30 minutes, you discover that 30 minutes, 1 hour, you're done. 30 minutes, you've done your prospecting. 15 minutes, you've done your follow-up. The remaining 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you're making your phone calls. Why didn't you do your home parties? They'll give you excuse. Why didn't you train your success line? They'll give you anything, any income generating activity skill. You ask them, why didn't they carry out? They'll always give you an excuse. They are good at excuses. They fill their bank with what? their financial lives with what? Excuses, and that is why they don't grow. But you see eagles don't give excuses. They always find a way to make sure that that thing works. So eagles believe that the word impossible is a mirage. The word impossible doesn't exist. A network marketing eagle knows that the word impossible does not exist. It only exists in the mind of the person who believes in it. The word impossible can either mean I am possible or mean impossible. Whichever line of interpretation you take is correct for you. If you believe impossible exists, then trust me, impossible exists for you in your mind. But network marketing eagles knows that impossible is only translated, meaning I am possible. That's the translation of, so impossible doesn't exist in our dictionary. Rather, it says I am what? Possible. So are you an eagle or are you a chicken in this area that always give excuses why things are not working, why things are not going the way they are supposed to go, why you are not carrying out your income generating activity? Why is it that you're not prospecting? Why are you not making your phone call? Why are you not inviting people for Zoom meeting? Why are you not doing your presentation? Why are you not sharing your video and sharing people are watching it? Why are you not doing your home sale meeting? Why are you not going for your one-on-one mentorship with your upline leaders? Why are you not attending millionaires? You attend millionaire school once in a week. Why? Why are you not going through the messages posted in your WhatsApp group? Why? Why are you not going for team events? Chickens will always give excuse. But you see eagles, they always look for a way to do what? To go about it. Number 5, the eagle bird doesn't associate themselves with other animals or other birds. Why chicken roam around with every other animal like the goats and the sheep? So the network marketing eagles, they don't associate themselves with other birds. Now, they know that their mind is a very, very important and volatile tool. They know that who they are starts and ends in their mind. And they know that the importance of association. When you associate yourself with negative people, the naysayers, dream killers, they know that it affects their success. So network marketing eagles, they don't associate with other animals and other eagles. They don't associate with dream killers. They don't associate with naysayers. They don't associate with negative-minded people. They rather associate themselves. They attend millionaire school every day because they know that attending the millionaire school every day is a community that can help you grow. It builds your mindset. They don't go about sitting down gossiping like other people do. They don't go about whiling away their time, drinking, gossiping, keeping companies of people that don't believe in their business. No, network marketing eagles don't do that. They don't go about being in a relationship with someone that does not believe in their business, that is always saying negative things about their business. Even if those people are your family members, guess what? Once they are your family, always your family. They rather spend less time with them. But you see chickens, they roam around with every animal and goat and sheep that they see, and that is why they quit easily. So network marketing eagles understand that your association is very important for your success. Your association, Jim Rohn said you are an average of the 5 persons you interact with. If you interact with losers, you end up becoming a loser. If you interact with successful people, you end up becoming successful. If you interact with millionaires, you end up being a millionaire. If you interact with courageous people, you end up being a courageous person. But if you interact with fearful people, average people, you end up being like them. So network marketing eagles understand that your association is very important for your success. Why chickens keep association with negative friends and they wonder why their motivation and enthusiasm for this business keep dropping? Many of us in this area, ask yourself, go and write, are you an eagle or you're a chicken? You keep surrounding yourself with negative-minded friends. Your motivation and enthusiasm keep going down. They'll keep asking, that business you started, where was the money you're making? Where is the car? You've not even achieved. Where are your stories? You've not even achieved anything. And just because they keep attacking with those questions, your motivation start going down. I told us, I started this business 2017. My first 2 years in this business, there was no result. I was more of making mistake experiencing. My explosion in this business started 2019. Everything that is worthwhile takes time to build. As long as you are in this business for the long time, it will surely come. That success you're waiting for will surely come. But if you are not consistent in carrying out your income generating activity, doing what you're supposed to, then trust me, it won't come to you. So your association is very, very important. Very, very important. You are not in the WhatsApp group saying, yeah, they've posted. You are just like a spectator. When postings are done, you are just there observing. You can't even say, hey, thumbs up to the person that made a post. A leader will take his time to construct a follow-up message or do something, construct a message for you to share. You can't say, wow, this is wonderful, amazing. You can't even encourage. People will share motivational or inspirational write-up. You can't even come out and say, wow, thank you for this. This has blessed my day. Thumbs up, just ordinary thumbs up. But if it's other useless things you do online, you'll be ready to be giving useless thumbs up for things that doesn't even add value to your life. So always keep what? The right association. Very, very important. Now, number 6. Chickens don't attend training, while eagles are always present at training, and they also do what? Contribute. So if you're a chicken in this aspect, go and write, I am a chicken. Now, let me illustrate what it means. Chickens don't attend training. You're here, you attend millionaire school once in a week, or once in 2 weeks, or twice in a week. You're a chicken. Millionaire school is being conducted Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays, most especially Saturdays, some Saturdays is where they have this Rising Star Mentor meeting. You don't attend your training. Even as a Rising Star Mentor, you don't attend your training. And funny enough, even if you miss the training because of things beyond your control, and the videos, the records are sent, you don't even watch it. Because for us to know that you watch the record, when you're done watching, you come to the group and tell us what you learned from it. At the end of every millionaire school, live millionaire school, we ask questions, we share. Even in the millionaire school, when it's time for sharing, only few persons, the same day, every place, the only few persons raise up their hand to talk. Others, they are chicken, they are keeping quiet till they call your name. Why is it that when it's time for, once we are done with the millionaire school, why is it that you cannot come out and say, hey, let me contribute, I want to contribute? You don't raise up your hand. Eagles, after millionaire school, they ask, okay, who and who wants to share? They raise up their hands immediately. They are always on their videos. They raise up their hand immediately, I want to contribute, because you're not just learning from the anchor. You are also there to do what? To contribute your own quarter of what you understood, because we learn from each other every day. And the worst is that some of us, the chickens, will not even attend at all. We'll just be in the group spectating, always looking at the messages being sent. So are you consistent in attending the millionaire school? Are you consistent? Are you consistent in your one-on-one mentorship? When your leader call you, okay, let's meet so place, let's discuss on the way forward. Are you attending those meetings? Do you go for your one-on-one mentorship with the leaders, with the mentors in your location that demand a physical training? Are you consistent in attending the online millionaire school wherever you are, because things are now being easy? If you're not consistent, then you are a chicken. Go and put 0. But if you're consistent, then go and put 1. And be sincere to yourself. Now, do you give all your attention in meetings, or are you socializing? Why doing other things? Because it's very funny that many of us, all of you listening to me here right now, you're not on your video because you know that you're doing other things. Only people that are 100% focused in the training are on their video. And when they're on their video, you see that they are writing, they're listening, they're writing, they're penciling down. Why are you not on your video? Chickens are the people that don't on their video because they know that they're not 100% paying attention to the meeting going on. Because while the meeting is going on, they're on their Facebook, they're on their WhatsApp, and they're typing. You're a chicken. Yes, you're a chicken. I said that. For you not to be on your video, you are a chicken, because you know that there's something else you're doing that is also seeking your attention, and you don't want to pay attention. You are just being there as per I am present. Just let's know that you're present. But eagles, they are on their video. While the training is going on, they have their millionaire school book. They are jotting down, they are writing. They are not being distracted by why you're on the millionaire school, you're on Facebook, you're on WhatsApp, you're on this, you're on that. So are you an eagle or you're a chicken? Do you pay attention while meetings are going on, or are you busy socializing? Now go to your book and mark 1 if you're an eagle and 0 if you're a chicken in this area. Now, eagles promote training in their teams and actively get their success line to attend. This morning, the moment we send the millionaire training link to all the WhatsApp, all the major WhatsApp group, the leaders, the eagles in the group duplicate, they copy and paste the training, they promote the training to their own personal WhatsApp group where their own success lines are there. They send broadcast message to their own success line, encouraging them to attend. Why some of us that are leaders, we are mentors, we don't do anything, you just come and attend, leaving your success line behind. And yet you want to succeed in this business. Every mentor that is in this group, everybody, as many of us, as long as you have at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 and above success line, you are a leader. You're supposed to create, yes, we have the general group for everybody. But you as an individual, you're supposed to have a group called you as a leader. All those you're bringing into the group. Have your own personal success line group. Whatever that is being promoted or posted in the general group, you as a leader, you're supposed to do what? You're supposed to promote that training, promote that event in your group, ensuring and enforcing all of them to attend, the importance. Only few of you, in fact, most of the Rising Star mentors here, only few, I can count at least two, I think 2 or 3, that whenever a post is being made, they do what? They promote it by going to their own personal WhatsApp where they have their own success line, where they have meeting with them to promote. And they ensure that their success line are actively attending the meeting. They are not the only one coming here to receive value. Imagine the value, this content, imagine the value you're receiving, the millionaires. Imagine if all your success lines are here receiving the same value. Imagine the spirit of execution. Imagine the value, the content. Imagine what the message you're receiving, whatever is doing to you is doing to them, and all of you are ready to go and do what? To execute and produce results. Just imagine that. But you see, chickens, when a post is being done, all what they know, they assimilate that post just for themselves. So go and write, are you an eagle or you're a chicken? Now, number 7, chickens don't invite for presentations. Why eagles have people in their presentation meetings or people booked? Once it's time for Zoom meeting, once we send a link, or we send a message, or start reminding people 30 minutes before time, start calling people, start. Chickens, they'll just sit down. Oh, is it time for business meeting? They click and join. You join, you didn't even have one person, a prospect there for you. You don't invite people for business presentation, then you are a chicken. Is it if you're attending and you're not inviting, you're a chicken. If you're not even attending at all, you're a chicken. Why? Because you don't know, the more you attend, the more you keep hearing and hearing. There's something about repetition. You don't just learn music just like that. You keep hearing the music, and before you know what's happening, subconsciously you're singing it and you can now sing. You don't know how to do presentation. You don't know how to present the business. You don't know, every day listening to presentation, put in a place where you can start doing what's presenting yourself. You don't wait for a special class to be taught to be taught before you learn how to present. So chickens, they don't invite people for presentation. They don't invite prospects. They don't make their phone calls to invite prospects for presentation. But you see eagles ensure that people are being invited for business presentation, and they book them. In the morning, they make the call, and they have the number of people booked. In the evening, 30 minutes before time, they do a reminder call. Oh yeah, it's time. Oh. Those are eagles. So are you a chicken or you're an eagle? Number 8, eagles. You don't need to be telling me if you're an eagle here, if you're a chicken. Just write it in your book. At the end of the day, you're going to tell me exactly what you're going to tell me how, if you're an eagle or you're a chicken. Yeah, it's very, very important. Okay, so number 8, eagles touch their business daily, while chickens run their business in their spare time. Now, all of us here, some of us are doing this business part-time because we have other things doing, while others are doing it full-time. Now, eagles touch their business daily. You have 24 hours. What time? There was a time I was doing, for some leaders, I had to do a time management for them. They keep forming busy, and they said they don't know what they do with their time. We have to sit down and analyze exactly their activities every day. And we have to schedule, this is the time for this, this is the time for this. Set your alarm, so that when this alarm rings, you know it's time for prospecting. When this alarm rings, it's time for personal development. So eagles, they touch their business every day. They carry out their income generating activity. Even if you're doing it part-time, you at least dedicate at least minimum 2 hours. You can even do 5 hours, at least minimum 2 hours. 2 hours. That 2 hours, you can say 30 minutes. You can say, okay, prospecting, let me do my prospecting 30 minutes. You're making your phone calls, you're having your conversations via social media. Then you now say, okay, then 15 minutes, I'm going to invite them. Then I'll have them booked. I'll have my book, because you need to have your prospecting list whereby you're writing responses of people so that you know how well to attend to them. Now, presentation, those that say, I want to, let's meet up. You book your presentation. Either they're attending Zoom, or they're watching the video, or they're coming to you. You're to see them one-on-one to do the presentation, or to watch the video with them. You're an eagle. But you see chickens, they do their business in their spare time. And guess what? Their spare time could be once in a week or once in a month. And some of them are even proud to say, hey, in Augusta, I've not been carrying out my income generation. Why are you telling me? I should tell you what? You want me to tell you sorry? You're a chicken. Yes, you heard me well. You're a chicken. if you're not carrying out your income generating activity. See, let me tell you, my PA, I believe she's here, Elizabeth. See, chickens always give excuse. Each time she does something, she will keep apologizing. I'll keep asking her, what will I do with your excuses? The excuse that you just gave me now, did you put money in my pocket? So chickens are very good in making excuses why they are not carrying out their income generating activity. So eagles, they touch their business every day. It's a business. The way you eat food every day, you remember that you need to take breakfast, lunch, dinner. That should be the way you should touch your business every day. You should have allocated time to doing what you are supposed to do, to running your business, building your business, time for team building, time for promoting events, time for follow-up, time for closing, time for presentation, time for prospecting, time for inviting. They touch their business every day because they know that consistency is the key. You keep doing it every day, you're building momentum. When the harvest comes, it comes and it continues. But you see, chicken, they do it in their spare time. And whatever you're doing in your spare time, you don't produce maximum results. So go and write, are you an eagle or you're a chicken? Go and write that down. Are you an eagle or you're a chicken? Now, eagles understand that our business is jealous. This business we are having, our business, this the RDI project, the shared social economy, is a jealous business. Garbage in, garbage out. If you don't make the phone calls on, forget it. Don't expect any prospects to attend your presentation. And if they attend a presentation, you don't do your follow-up using our system, then forget it. Those people that said that indicated interest and didn't pay, forget it. You've lost them forever. There is a follow-up message I sent us. There's a follow-up message I sent us yesterday. Just that follow-up, the moment I sent it to all my prospecting WhatsApp group, all my follow-up lists, all my broadcast lists, someone paid money immediately. I'm going to send that follow-up to us again. Someone paid money immediately just because of that message. Consistency. So whatever you put in, that is what the output, that's the result you receive. Our business is a jealous business. Why chicken expects success to fall on their lap with minimum effort? Imagine some people who call me, and then Augusta, I joined this business since August. I've not seen anything. What the hell is that? You're a chicken. What are you expecting to see in this business when you are not even putting any effort, when you're not doing anything? You are a thief. You're a chicken. You don't deserve success. That money you're looking for, you don't deserve it. So full-time eagles follow their daily routine. They have a daily routine, a daily method of operation. We call it DMO. Full-time eagles, they have a daily method of operation. Part-time eagles also have a daily method of what? Operation. They follow it religiously. Why full-time chickens? They complain every day. They daily, all the day long, doing little or nothing. Let me repeat myself again. Full-time eagles follow their daily method of operation, DMO, religiously. What they do every day, income generating activities every day. But full-time chickens, there are people that they think they are full-time, but you don't know that they are just full-time chickens. They daily, as in they just chat, while away their time all day long, and they achieve nothing, little or nothing to take home to. Now, the part-time daily method of operation. Now, remember, some of us are doing this business full-time, some of us are doing part-time. Now, those of us doing this business part-time, this is your daily method of operation. Number one, people doing this business part-time, the part-time eagles, they attend daily sell meetings. They attend their millionaire school training every day. They dedicate at least 1 hour every day in investing in themselves. 1 hour carrying out their income generating activity. They prospect to people every day using the system that they've been taught. They invite every day. They know that it's a must. They must invite people every day for business presentation. And they follow up every day. Inviting people for business presentation, it could be you are the one doing the presentation or you are watching the video with them. We have different methods of presentation. So these are the daily method of operation for people that are what? The part-time eagles. Now, for the full-time eagles, the DMO, that's our daily method of operation for full-time eagle. This is what we do. We dedicate minimum 8 hours daily. If you're here and you're telling yourself, this is all the business, everything you're doing, 100% is this business. You're not someone like me. I'm not doing any other thing except this business. Out of my 24 hours, like 22 hours is 100% focused in what? In my business. So full-time eagles dedicate minimum 8 hours every day. They must use a planner. They write out their to-do list. They have a book where they write their to-do list. This is my book. I got it last year. It's not exhausted. My to-do list is there. What I do every day is there. And as I'm doing, at the end of the day, I cancel what I've achieved. This morning, I've written my to-do list. So they use a daily planner. They have their to-do list where they write what they do every day. They prospect people every day. They make invitations every day. They carry out their follow-up on a daily basis. They do personal development on a daily basis. They don't just wait for millionaire school. Yeah, the millionaire school is a bonus, but on their own time, they go out to carry personal development at least 1 hour. Immediately they wake up for prayers. After prayers and education, they carry out 1 hour doing a personal development. Very, very important. Before I anchored this millionaire school, I've done my personal development. There's this guy, Sam Harvard. I listened to him all through. In fact, while I was listening, I even fell asleep. I've done my personal development. They mentor their team members every day. These are what full-time eagles do. They mentor their team members every day. Outside the millionaire school, the mentorship I give to all of us every day. I myself, I go to have my own personal development section just for me, where I mentor myself. Yesterday, I knew some of the things I mentored myself. I had to share with us, Liz Brown and the rest of them. So full-time eagles, they talk. They make sure that every day, at least once in a week, they talk to their upline leaders. They don't just do things by themselves, because you need to create that environment. You need to buff yourself. While you're doing what you are doing, you need to make sure that you are receiving value somewhere else. So they make sure that they either contact their leaders on a daily basis or once in a week, their upline leaders. Even if whatever you guys will be discussing, something that you've been informed before, just have that discussion, because in the process, something new might come up. Yes, in the process, something new might come up. I can remember the time before I came back, I was in Jos. I was like, this one, I'm back from my dad's burial. Let me use this opportunity to go and see Mr. Nonso. Okay, because I know once I go back to Lagos, I may not have the opportunity to see him again. But that doesn't mean I don't communicate with him at least once in a week. Even if it's not on a daily basis, at least once in a week. Very, very important. All of you listening to me, you must ensure that at least once in a week, if not on a daily basis, at least once in a week, you're communicating with your upline leaders. Now, full-time eagles, they are permitted. We are permitted to go on a break. We don't just say, hey, 100% everything, business. No, we go on a break. Yes, very important. We go on a break. Like on Saturday, I was like, I need to take a break. We go on a break at least 1 or 2 hours. Really, like, let's take a break outside everything so that we can rejuvenate ourselves, re-inspire ourselves in order to do more. So number 9, eagles have a heart of gold. Why chickens don't care about their teammates and success line? So eagles have the heart of gold. They care about their success line, the growth of their success line achieving massive results. They work together with their success line. But chickens in this business, you don't care about your success line. All what you know is to recruit them. But once they come into the business, you enjoy your matching bonus and referral bonus, you abandon them. You don't care anything about them. So are you a chicken in this aspect, or you're an eagle? So eagles have a heart of gold. In our what we always recite every Monday, I have a heart of gold. I care for the success of my success line, for my team members. Those are eagles. But chickens, they don't care. Once they recruit and they've enjoyed the matching bonus and referral bonus, they abandon the person. You're a chicken if you don't care for the success of your team members. Now, number 10, chickens don't engage in personal development, while eagles are lifelong learners. They even invest in personal development. Like very soon, in fact, this morning for a personal development training, I had to pay. Some mentorship we pay for. Some, you guys are lucky, you're receiving mentorship free of charge. Most of us, we pay for mentorship. People like me, I pay for mentorship. This morning, I just paid for a mentorship, a boot camp that will just take me just 7 days. I know what I paid for. I'm the one looking out for value. In fact, I already went to register for a different mentorship for 24 weeks. Eagles are ready to do what? They invest in themselves. I was having a section with our star mentors on Friday. You guys saw whereby Eric Warren said one of the important things is mentorship and mastermind. You must invest in yourself. Chickens don't engage in personal development. Even the millionaire school, where you know that's where you get developed personally, you don't attend. And even when you attend, you don't know some of those videos, you need to repeat it over and over again. Keep listening to it. Outside millionaire school, you buy your data, you have your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube. What are you doing there? You just go whiling away your time on social media. Outside millionaire school, why don't you go and follow up most of these mentors we tell you about? Go on YouTube, subscribe to their channel, go on Instagram. Facebook is so polluted that you can't even, in fact, when I got to understand what Facebook is, I had to start intentionally selecting the people I accept as friends. But you see, I hardly go on my Facebook, but you see Instagram and YouTube, they are another means of personal development for me, because the people I follow there are people that dish out content. I go on my Instagram, I feed myself by the content of people, mentors, visual mentors I'm following. I go on YouTube. In fact, on YouTube, every day I spend at least 30 minutes to 1 hour on YouTube investing in myself. Go and follow Matt Morris, Eric Warren, Les Brown. Most of the mentors we talk to you guys. Go and follow them. Go and subscribe to their channels. Develop yourself. Outside the millionaire school, at least 1 hour, develop yourself. Personal development. Because the more you feed in, is the more you have something to give out. But when you don't have anything, you can't give what you don't have. So you must do what? Develop yourself personally. So eagles, they are long-term learners. But chickens don't engage in personal development. So are you an eagle or you're a chicken in this aspect? You wait till when we have millionaires, we don't do personal development. Even when we give some extra things in our WhatsApp group for personal development, you just ignore. So are you a chicken that don't invest or engage in personal development, or are you an eagle? Number 11. the table is getting hot. It seems like I'm breaking some tables today. I'm at our meeting point, listening to our training. Okay, Madam Dorcas, don't worry, I'll be with you very soon. You don't need to come here and be telling me, don't come to the chat box to tell me if you're a chicken or an eagle, because the truth is you can lie to us, but you can't lie to yourself. So in your book, write if you are a chicken or if you're an eagle. Yes. Okay, so chickens don't contribute to the business group chat. Yes, so I like this point very well. Chickens don't contribute to our business group chat, our WhatsApp group. They don't contribute. They don't contribute to the group chat. They don't contribute to the platform. Why eagles are the most active on the business group chat? Yes, in our WhatsApp group, now that we've made a post, everybody should attend. Once you connect to your millionaires, you cannot go to the WhatsApp group and say, it's time, I'm already in. Everybody connect. The section is awesome. You can't afford to miss. Or maybe when someone posts something motivational or inspirational, or maybe give you, in fact, funny enough, a leader will take his time to arrange something, give you to share. You can't even come out and say thumbs up. You can't even come out and say awesome. You can't even come out and say amazing. You don't contribute anything. You can't even contribute a motivational or an inspiring message, or even a testimony of what the success you achieve in the business. You can't even come out to do anything. You are just a spectator in the group. You don't contribute. So chickens, if you're a chicken in this aspect, go and write what? 0. You don't contribute. You are just sitting there, a spectator. If they say do this, you do. You are not saying anything. You're just there looking. If you are a chicken in this aspect, go and put 0. Tell yourself, I am a chicken because I don't contribute. Yes, if you're an eagle, that means you contribute. You are very active in our various WhatsApp group and platforms. You are very active. You contribute your quota there. You celebrate, you encourage, you do a lot, other things. You encourage people in the group, you contribute, and at the same time, you participate in the group actively. Go and write that down. Number 12, chickens are loyal. Eagles are loyal. Why chickens are disloyal? By next week, God's grace, I'm going to our super millionaire mind shifts. I told you it's going to be happening once in a week. Our super millionaire mind shift next week will be on loyalty. I'm going to teach us importance of loyalty. So number 12, eagles are loyal. Why chickens are not? Eagles are loyal to their team members, to the team growth, to their upline, to their success line, to their mentors. But you see chickens, they are not loyal. Why? Eagles know that this business is a multi-level marketing business. They are loyal to RDI. They don't say, let me be in RDI and go and join another team. Let me go and see how things are happening there. You are disloyal. Yes, so you are disloyal. They don't say, since I'm in RDI, let me go to other company. Let me see what's happening. I just want to see how they are. You go and join them. You're not a loyal person. You're a chicken. You put your legs in different network marketing company. You are a chicken. You're not loyal. That thing you're looking for there, you have it here. See, the grass is not, there is no place where the grass is greener. The grass is only greener to the man that makes the decision to stand where he is to water it. So are you loyal? Importance of loyalty. Are you loyal to your team members, to your upline, to your success line? Are you a loyal associate of RDI? Because in our leadership ranking, for you to be an ambassador, one of the criteria is loyalty. Are you loyal? Are you the type that backbites people? You are doing this, but when you go to the other side, you say something else. So in conclusion, chickens don't fly. If you remain a chicken, you won't go far in this business and in our team. And if you are trying to change from being a chicken, if you're trying to change from being a chicken to an eagle, then we call you an eagle in what? Training. We'll call you an eagle in training. Just like Jim Rowe will say, let those that can do 30 do 30 to their best of ability, and those that can do 100 do 100. Meaning, being a chicken is not the end of the world for you. If you assess yourself now, ask yourself, I need all of us to assess the number of zeros and ones we've written down. Tell me how many, I need to know how many ones you have from what you wrote and how many zeros you have. Tell yourself the truth. Am I a chicken? Am I an eagle? Now, those of us that we are like on an average, it means you are an eagle in what? Training. Now, being a chicken is not the end of the world. There is room for what? Improvement. There's room for what? Improvement. The most important thing is that you are trying, because it's better for you to try than for you not to do what? Not to try. Because the only way you can attract other eagles is by you becoming an eagle. So let's score ourselves right now. If you have 1 to 4, if you scored yourself 1 to 4, like the ones you have, the zeros you have are plenty more than the ones you have. So if you score yourself 1 to 4, then you are a chicken, but there is hope. Meaning the criteria of eagle is just 4 and the rest of them is 0, 0, 0. You are a chicken, admit it, but that is not the end of the world. You can change. There is a room for improvement. There is hope for you to become an eagle in training. Now, if you score yourself 5 to 7, then you are an eagle in what? Training. If the number of ones you have, you are an eagle in what? Training. Yes. Then if you score yourself 8 to 12, then you are an eagle. But guess what? There is still room for improvement. You are not just an eagle. There is still room for what? Improvement. Now, it's time for you to go and raise other eagles. Now, decide that whenever you catch yourself exhibiting one of the chicken characters, one of the characteristics of a chicken, you will stop yourself and speak to yourself, tell yourself the truth and do what? And reroute yourself. Yes, because it happens to me. From the training, in fact, when I was preparing this training for you guys, there was a place where I discovered I was a chicken. And that was where I discovered that time came when I wasn't protecting the newcomers. I wasn't protecting the newcomers, and I wasn't teaching the mentors how to protect newcomers. That was where I erred. But when I discovered, I was like, wow, I need to stop, talk to myself. This is a chicken character. I had to do what? Reroute myself. So decide that whenever you catch yourself exhibiting any of this chicken character, stop, speak to yourself and do what? Reroute yourself. Okay, so go to the chat box and tell me what was your score. Everybody go to the chat box and tell me, what is your score? What is your score? Are you a chicken? Remember, it's not a crime. There is hope. Or are you an eagle in training? Or are you an eagle? Go to the chat box and assess yourself. Let's do that now. Go to the chat box and assess yourself. Go to the chat box and assess yourself. Let me see. No, these are people that were busy writing. Let me see. Go to the chat box and assess yourself. Okay, Madam Agnes said she's an 8. Blessing said she's a 10. Okay, so go and assess yourself. Go and assess yourself. So this is 9:21. Okay, this is to inform each and every one of us that we'll be having our business meeting tonight by 7:30 p.m. We'll be having our business meeting tonight, 7:30 p.m. So let's remember our income generating activity. Let's remember our income generating activity, the phone calls, the scripts that you need to have, the phone calls, and for the leaders, the mentors, always reach out for our system. Though there are new things we are changing this year, there are some new things, new systems we are putting in place. So always ask questions. So each and every one of us, I need you to reroute yourself. I need you to reroute yourself. Make sure today you are present in the business meeting and you have at least nothing less than 5 persons present there. Make sure you're carrying out your income generating activity. And for our Feed the Family project, only 1 person has contributed. And we promised ourselves that we'll be having another section at the end of January. So what are we waiting for? Minimum to feed 1 family is 2,005. If you don't know what Feed the Family project is, request for the video so that you can watch our Finishing Strong video and remind yourself. Only 1 person, only 1 person has paid. So please check your various WhatsApp group. You can request for the information. I think I'll still leaders and the information, you've seen the information, so you can ensure that you promote the event. Remember, an eagle leader is someone that promotes events. So Feed the Family project is very important. Our next project is ending of January. So please, let's contribute. We've done the episode 1 where I myself, Engineer Henry, and Elizabeth, we've done phase 1. Let me stop this record first.